Guten Gardening. It's the beginning of summer, and a hot one at that. Our garden is in full swing. So you might think it's too late to plant anything else. But with a little bit of preparation, you can have a wonderful fall crop. On hot days like this, I find myself looking forward to fall. It's my favorite time of year in terms of weather, but it's also one of the sadder times because it means that our growing season is coming to an end. But if you plan correctly, you can find that you've extended your season, your growing season, much farther than just the summer crops. So we want to take a little bit of time today and talk you through our process when it comes to planning and then planting our fall crops. One of our goals at Guten Gardening is to try to inspire people to see the benefits of the planning and the time it takes to come out and put together a garden. Our hope is that if you're inspired, you'll take on this task and feel some of the joy that we do whenever we're out here daily. Now, when it's this hot outside, we don't necessarily spend as much time as we'd like outside, but getting our kids out here with us and being out here in nature, as close to nature as we can be in an urban setting, is a pretty special thing. And if you've watched any of our harvest videos or any of our other videos so far, you can hopefully see just how beneficial we're being to the area around us, to our own pocketbooks, and in general, to our own well-being. We are producing excellent quality food that we don't have to depend on anyone else for. And that's part of the benefit of the preparation that we do every year. If you're someone who has never actually planted a garden or even a fall garden, we hope that you'll take the time to listen to what we do and understand the benefits of this bit of planning. And we're going to try to give you an overview of some of the crops that do very well during this time. Not every crop is meant for fall, but some of them produce better in the fall. Some of them are sweeter. There's a lot of benefits to actually attempting to grow a garden in the fall. For us, as we have such a limited space overall, and we've used and utilized a lot of that space, I believe, effectively, it's especially important for us to actually take some time and figure out what the succession of our plants, the succession planting, will be like. So for example, where we have beans, we plant some carrots underneath, so when the beans are fully developed and ready to be pulled out at the end of their season, the carrots are there ready to take over. That way we're not wasting time and we're not wasting any space. Again, if our goal is to be self-sufficient when it comes to producing all of the fruits and vegetables we need, we can't get there without that planning. One important element of fall planting is understanding which crops do the best as we head toward the cooler months. Once you know what will produce well, you can start to decide which will work best for your taste buds and for your garden. Some of these crops actually do better in the fall than they would toward the beginning or even the middle of the planting season. Spinach is a good example of a crop that does well at the beginning of the season, but also does exceptionally well toward the end of the season because it loves that cooler weather and those shorter days. As you can see from this list, and it's not an exhaustive list, there are quite a few greens, root vegetables, and others that do very well as a fall crop. Now, not every one of these plants is going to be planted at the same time or even in the same way. Some of these, like the beans, peas, carrots, and if you have space, the beets, do really well when you directly sow. But you may need to start some of the seeds inside, because they won't germinate as well or even germinate at all in the heat of the summer. So planning here comes in absolutely key. You have to understand how long each of these is going to take to come to maturity. Most of the seeds you buy are going to have on their packaging the average number of days to maturity. And so that is a huge part of the calculation and the timing that you have to understand as you're preparing for your fall crop. One of the things that's key, one thing that you have to know as you're doing this planning for a fall crop, is to know when the first frost date is. So we live in zone 5, and a quick Google search shows that our first frost date is around October 7th. And so we're at the beginning of July now, and that gives us plenty of time, again, with proper preparation, to be ready to plant our fall crop. So what we do is to count backwards. We start with our first frost date and then go backwards to determine just how much time we have. Our goal, given that we're around the beginning of July right now, about 14 weeks away from our first frost date, is to get a lot of our seeds, now not every one, because again, each one requires a different amount of time toward maturity, but to get as many of our seeds that need to be in the ground now, so that in 3 weeks, which still gives us about 77 days of outdoor time, we can start to move our plants outside. They'll have had plenty of time to germinate, and they'll be ready to be hardened off before they go into the ground. So how do we decide which plants we want to go in our garden for our fall crop? Well, again, it goes back to taste, what we enjoy, and also that planning and why that's so important. From the beginning of the season, we have written down how long the season is and approximate dates when we will start seeding and planting each layer, our summer crop and then our fall crop. So for example, we know that over the next few weeks, we're going to sow indoors our spinach and plan to transplant that spinach outside around the 23rd of July, somewhere between the 23rd of July and the 6th of September. So we have that date in mind already, and again, we're able to work backwards and know what the most effective planting timeline is. So in our fall crop, we're planning right now to have spinach, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, carrots, potatoes, and more. And today we're going to do a seed unboxing. Well, in this case, unbagging. We just got some of our seeds in that we're going to plant, and I gotta tell you, they're pretty exciting. Some of them are kind of exotic. And again, around here we like to try new things, try new vegetables in the garden to see what works well. And I have never even seen some of these before. So let's take a look. All right, we're gonna start with the big bag first, because why not? Our seeds are, our first set of seeds are our standard green Brussels sprouts. These are the GRONINGER Brussels sprouts. And our red RUBINE Brussels sprouts. We've never grown red Brussels sprouts before. I absolutely love to cook Brussels sprouts. So let's see, this is supposed to be sweeter. This one is supposed to be sweeter when it's grown as a fall crop. Right now we're growing 5 different varieties of carrots, and we're adding 2 more varieties, a yellow carrot and a white carrot. How cool is that? And these carrots, again, ideal temperature 50 to 75 degrees. So that fall temperature is what we're talking about. All right, let's see what this one is. And you'll excuse the noise in the background. One of the aspects of urban gardening is you have neighbors close by. And ours happens to be weed eating right now. So we have our Easter basket mix of radishes. Now, I'll post a picture here of our previous harvest from these. They're beautiful, the taste is amazing. Really happy with the Easter basket mix in terms of how long they last, and again, that taste is just unbelievable. Okay, this is a Saxa 2 radish. This is a standard red radish. And again, when we combine it with the Easter basket mix. We're gonna have a ton of color, and radishes grow so quickly. So we're gonna have a quick harvest of these, I'm sure. Okay. All right, here's where it starts to get exciting. So we're taking a few of the standard vegetables and trying out some really different kinds of seeds. This is the Romanesco Italia broccoli. This looks like a math problem. Look how cool that is. All the different lines and symmetry. I'm so excited for this one. We've only ever grown the standard broccoli, and we've done well. We've learned a lot about growing broccoli. This is going to be awesome. And again, we go back to the notion that this does best in that 60 to 80 degree weather. So again, our fall crop, perfect for our fall crop. And I love cauliflower. We make cauliflower so many different ways. In the oven is my favorite. I love roasted cauliflower, a little bit of garlic and pepper. This is green MAGERATA cauliflower. Bright green heads, and they're supposed to be vigorous growers. So cool. We're gonna open this next because to follow the green MAGERATA, we're also growing Flame Star cauliflower, which is a kind of orange cauliflower. Only 55 days to maturity for this cauliflower. So again, we still have from the time, from now until then, nearly 100 days till the end, till our first frost. So from now until first frost, we have plenty of time for this cauliflower, which enjoys that cooler weather. I'm not sure if this is my favorite. I really like the special kind of broccoli, the Romanesco Italia. But check out this purple cauliflower. Now this one takes a little bit longer. This is 80 days to maturity versus the 55 that we just saw. So this one has to go in the ground sooner. We have to start the seeding sooner, I should say. But how cool is this? Purple cauliflower. I mean, there's really so little in terms of limits for your garden, regardless of space. If you plan it out correctly, you can take this limited space and turn it into, or make it appear as so much more. Whether you're growing vertically or doing as we're doing with the succession planting, you can maximize even more than you possibly think you can now. We also found, and this may be the case for you as well, we found that seeds are going on sale, and they have been recently, because again, a lot of people just consider that initial early planting, and so seeds go on sale, you snap them up. These turnip seeds, which we are going to plant as part of our fall crop, cost 25 cents, 23 cents each. You can't go wrong. And from where we ordered our seeds, they sent us some free seeds, some nice PARRIS Island cause lettuce. Lettuce grows great as a fall crop, so we'll keep our salad ways going. I'm so excited for the next few weeks as we plant these seeds, as we get them ready to transplant and start our fall garden, and we really want you to be inspired to try the same thing. Start the journey with us. Regardless of what your experience is with growing in the past, there's still time to get that fall crop going. We really hope you enjoyed the video today, came away with some thoughts. Please leave us a comment. Let us know what you're planning to plant in your fall garden. And if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And remember, when you're with us, you're good to grow.